I said, what are you doing?
I was just putting on my TV. It's like a little background. Well, I'm not. Don't worry, nothing will be on. There you go. All right, welcome. We are live. Yep, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. It's a list I've been wanting to do forever, and yeah, I'm excited to be doing this list.
All right, welcome.
Hey, no.
Christ Almighty!
The only reason I had that there was because of the
You can pop out the chat.
Yeah, the chat. That's why I have the chat here. And the
no.
What?
Oh, some things never change.
No, I have the chat ready. I have the chat up.
Yeah.
So yeah, folks, we got our top 5 hardest Cuphead bosses. And I actually have a little bit of a pairing because I actually have one on regular and on expert because I played regular on a keyboard. I played expert with a normal controller. And Shane definitely knows about playing Cuphead with a different controller. It's not a regular controller.
No, I do very unorthodox things.
Yeah, with your fight stick.
Yep.
Well, he likes using a stick.
Well, yeah, man. I paid like $80 for it. You're damn right. I'm gonna get the most out of it.
Playing Cuphead is not easy. That's for sure.
You should play with an Atari controller.
Oh God, that's not gonna.
If it was even possible.
I know.
Not.
Yeah, I would.
Well, hey, you can plug in a Sega Genesis controller into an Atari and make it work.
You could plug in the bongo drums.
The bongo.
Yeah, bongo drums.
Bongo drums.
Yeah, though. From that DK game, the DK Donkey Kong Jungle game.
Oh, I remember that game.
All right, so anyway, guys, let's introduce yourselves before we go ahead and get started.
The pain never ends.
What pain, Shano?
I'm fucking tired.
Oh, shut
I know that feeling.
Yeah,
I was fucking exhausted.
The plan was to get up about an hour and a half ago, eat something, get ready for this. I slept just till a little while ago, so I'm dead tired right now.
I know that feeling.
It's gonna take me a moment, but I'll get into the swing of things.
All right, and we got Tubby.
I love it, boy. My name is Allison Muscles. I relate to Cuphead and Mugman. How 2 girls, 1 cup.
Oh my God, be quiet. Oh yeah, folks, if you do not see this, I'll go ahead and show everybody this. I showed Jerome and Shane this.
By the way, nice pink sports bra.
The Cuphead and Mugman pop figures. I actually got them today, so I'm pretty excited. And they are awesome.
Yeah, you know what else is awesome? It went over your head. Your bright pink sports bra.
It's not a sports bra. It's a muscle t-shirt. Oh my God. Anyway, though, we are here. Let's go ahead and go to our list.
Oh
Uh-oh.
God.
You don't?
Hey, Lucas.
You're cutting out real bad there.
You turn it into a CPU that's fucking a trash compactor.
Let me change something real quick. Give me a second here.
Oh boy, the bad start. Yes, I'll go. While he's doing this, let me explain here. Now, we're going to be talking about the game Cuphead. What is Cuphead? It is an independent game that was made by Chad and Jared Moldenhauer, 2 brothers who risk a lot in order to get this game from the ground up. It was like a sneak peek a few years ago, and people were raving about the overall presentation because it uses the classic 1930s visual and audio, the 1930s like Fleischer and Walt Disney animation.
Studios.
Yeah, Fleischer Studios. And what is the gameplay, you say? Think of it as a mix between Super Mario World and Contra put together with the Contra difficulty, because this game is fucking hard, but I love it. Why? Because these are the type of games I grew up on the 8-bit console. So for all of you, those Twitch streamers who are like bitching and complaining like, oh, this game is too hard, I'm going to break my controller. Quit your fucking bitching.
Exactly.
Because you don't know what difficulty really is. Okay? And coming from the guy who has accomplished everything the game has to offer. Yes, S rank, everything. Pacifist, all 6 running guns. Every single achievement possible, and then some. And I have all my gameplays on my Facebook channel. So, and we're going to go over what we believe are the most difficult Cuphead bosses in the game. Now, I'm going to be going by expert mode because regular mode is just too fucking easy for me. So, let's begin.
I'm actually have 2 lists. I actually have regular because I played regular on a keyboard, and Shane played regular on the fight stick. And I'm going with expert as well, since I beat expert as well. I have not S ranked everything, but I have beaten every boss S ranked.
I'm the only one who hasn't actually completed the whole game yet. So.
Well, then again, you're almost done with the whole game. So.
Almost done, but I haven't beaten it yet. So keep that in mind. I've got 2 more left, and that's it. So.
Yep.
So with that being said, guys, do you have any honorable mentions for hardest?
I'm pretty. It's pretty straightforward for me.
All right.
I have a couple in terms of like hardest, especially trying to get the S rank. All right. In terms of hardest on expert mode, Wally Wobbles.
Oh God.
On expert, from regular to expert, oh yeah, there's some huge significant changes, such as the speed. When he fires his eggshells at you and when they break apart, you can no longer hug the end of the screen because there will be some that will break off at the edge as well. So, not only that, he has more HP. And the second form, when that little cock comes out,
a little cock,
the eggs move way faster.
And there's 6 of them instead of 5.
Yep. So that would be one of them. What would be another one? Okay, these were the ones that were the hardest to S rank. Okay, you know, getting a perfect score on expert. Hildeberg.
Oh, God.
Because what you had to do is you had to beat it under 2 minutes. Have 3 out of 3 health points, get 3 parries, and use 6 of your super cards and beat the level in fashion. Hildeberg is one of them. Jimmy the Great is another one, and you cannot use your extra hearts. Why? Because it lessens your power of your guns. Thus, it'll take you longer to beat, and you have to beat him in under 2 minutes. You can have like 205 or 206 if you golden the rest of the stats. So yeah, it's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm trying to think what was the other one that was like fucking brutal. I think those are it in terms of the honorable mentions because my top 5 is a deadlock.
All right. So let's get into our top 5 hardest Cuphead boss battles. Starting with number 5.
Number 5.
So who wants to go first?
Not me.
All right. Let's go from order. Start off with Shane, then Jerome, then I'll go to my list since I have 2 of them. Because I have regular and expert. So Shane, go ahead and get us started.
All right. So what I have for number 5 is actually Grim Matchstick.
Ooh.
I cannot believe he's not higher.
It's really weird. I honestly did not have as much problems as many people said that I would have. Believe it or not. He's pretty difficult due to the fact that one of his attacks sort of blocks out your vision for platforming, which really tends to really piss me off. Because it's like, hey, man, I need to see this shit. Why are you making this harder on me? So, it just seems like a really, like, cheap thing to do. But for some reason... But besides that, I didn't have much other complaints about him besides being one of the best bosses in the game in general. I like him a lot. But the weird thing is his third phase, I didn't also have too much problems with.
Wait. What? Dude! It was that phase that killed me the most.
It was the second one that did me the most. Believe it or not. Now the thing is with phase 2, it's a bit of micromanaging.
Well, it's RNG. It's fucking random when they jump at you.
Not exactly. It's not really random. They have a somewhat bit of a pattern, actually. They follow your movement, and the thing is you got to watch your platforming and watch for when they're going to jump you. Sometimes they'll jump you right when you're about to get on top of another cloud, and it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, exactly. And which one is going to get you in terms of which flame? You can tell by if it has a face or not. When the face is going to get you, random.
I don't know. It didn't seem random to me. But regardless, it was still pain to deal with. That's for sure. Still love the boss though. Still love the boss. Other than that, I don't have much else to say about him.
Good, very good.
So.
But okay, originally when I did this list, I only had a top 4. However, I had to go back and think, okay, which one was the most difficult on expert? And I think I figured it out. Why? RNG. And this boss, the first phase of this boss is one of the fucking worst. And that, of course, is Lucas's wet dream. My number 5 is Cala Maria.
Ooh, Caloria, aka waifu. I actually will say this though, Jerome. She actually is gonna be my number 5 on my regular difficulty list.
Wow, not on expert?
Not an expert, no. Because I have 5 bosses on expert that are way harder.
Okay, why is she hard? Okay, this boss took me at least an hour or so just to get the S rank. Her first phase, because she'll do one attack, and then she'll do another attack, and it's like an RNG pattern. Which attack you're going to get combined with another attack, you don't know.
True.
And sometimes she will give you the fucking worst. And one of the worst is when she summons these goddamn puffer fish come out of the ground. And on expert, there's more of them. And then she spits out the ghosts at you. And they hit. That is the worst RNG pattern.
Mm-hmm.
One of the absolute worst.
Oh, I get it all the time, man.
And the what was the other one? Well, the seahorse, he can be a pain in the ass. Like I said, it just depends on the RNG. Okay. And after you get past phase 1, you get phase 2 with hey Gary, Medusa.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing about her? When she freezes you, when she turns you into stone, and those electric eels spit out those things at you, and you will take a hit.
Yeah.
No matter what. That is bullshit.
Yep, that is bullshit.
I'm already feeling like PTSD already.
You know, and the third phase on expert is even more challenging. Why? Because oh yeah, and by the way, on expert, it runs at a much faster pace.
Yep.
And there's more shit on screen. And with the third phase, is like the worst part is when you get turned into stone right before those grinders come at you. That is what caused me to get my S rank almost every time. So that's why I choose her, is because of the RNG. My number 5, Cala Maria.
She's also my number 5 in the regular rankings. You pretty much gave a lot of the big points for my number 5 of the regular. But for expert, I actually have a tie. It's from 2 bosses in Inkwell Isle 1, Ribby and Croaks and Cagney Carnation.
Okay, now Ribby and Croaks, okay, in terms of regular and expert, woo, what a difference.
Yep. Mainly for me, Ribby Croaks goes on the list as my my number 5 tied honorable mention is the first phase. Holy!
The first phase and the third. The first and the third phase. The second phase isn't too bad. The first phase, why? Because you're going up against the fireballs and the burning fireflies. So what's the best weapon to use against them? The roundabout.
Mm-hmm. The roundabout's the best weapon to use.
I was gonna say the fire. Well, I'm just speaking mostly on regular here, but the fireballs are very predictable and easy to dodge. So.
I know, but on expert, you have to dodge the fireballs and the fireflies at the same time.
That's annoying.
Yep, so you have to dodge them both at the same time.
Cagney Carnation, What makes him a
first
pain
phase
in the ass?
unbearable.
The first fucking phase. He nuts. You know that sprinkler? You know
the Gatling gun.
yeah, you know how he makes it rain and those little fucking nippers come out?
Yeah.
He does it almost non-stop until you get out of the first phase.
Yep, literally, he does it 2, 3, 4 times in a row without stopping.
That is the one part that's brutal about him.
Yep, and it's definitely his other phase, the final phase with Cadmium Carnation. The spinning discs also come out a lot faster. That's for sure.
And he shoots 4 acorns at you. But the best weapon to use against him, this is your bread and butter, especially the EX move, the charge shot. Why? Because the explosion will disintegrate all the nippers.
Right.
Yep. So that's why Ribby and Croaks and Cadmium Carnation are my number 5 for expert, and Calvaria is my number 5 for regular.
Ribby and Croaks, aka Lucas and Joe.
Fuck off.
No, you're the tall one, and no, you're Croaks, and Joe is Ribby.
How?
Come on, think about it. You're tall and big, and he's short and round.
Let's get on to our number 4. Number 4. Shanos, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so for me, number 4 is, believe it or not, Wally Warbles.
Now, Wally Warbles.
Yeah, no, here's the thing about this, my relationship with this game. I love it, but I also hate it with an intense passion.
Especially the airplane levels.
That's exactly what I was about to get to, is and the aerial battles are the one thing I dread the most in this game entirely. I can't necessarily say why, because I honestly have no idea.
Do you have a problem with 2D side scroller shooters?
No. Oh. Not particularly. It's just something about it is just a gigantic pain in the dick.
Play on expert. Oh my god, you'll rip your hair out.
Expert, you're definitely going to be upset. That's for sure.
Oh god, he's a bitch.
And we'll talk about him a little later on my list. So
yeah, it's something about it is just painful, and I hate dealing with it.
Regular.
Yeah, so the thing is with him is that mostly in particular is the fact that his third phase is a bit interesting. So if you don't have the right kind of ammunition to use, for lack of a better term, it's hard to hit him.
Use the bombs. Use the mini bombs. That's the best thing against him in the third phase.
Yeah, exactly. So with that said, you got that. His second phase with the little kid, big head, is also something really painful to deal with because you have to be patient with it. Because the little eggs that fly around are going to block most of your shots. Mm-hmm. So just be patient with it. Not too difficult there. For some reason, I think really it's the first phase that really gets me at first.
On expert mode, when he fires those on expert mode, not only do they come in fast, he does it more frequently, and when they blast apart, they come out in more pieces.
It's 5 instead of 3.
That is what fucking killed me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially, yes, and with the S rank, I can't use any heart charms because why? The time limit. You need to deal out as much damage as you possibly can. Therefore, as fast as you can. Therefore, the hearts will just slow you down. So it's just like, fuck.
Yeah, it all really sucks.
Oh yeah, it sucks a big cockadookie.
Yeah, so I really don't like him, and if I was asked to do it again, I might say no, thank you. And I'll just leave it at that.
All right, and that's your number 4. Jerome, what's your number 4?
My number 4, oh my god. I don't know how I was able to get the S rank in less than 15 minutes, and Shane was on with me, and I have the video on Facebook. But, man, beating this on expert mode, I had to use the twin hearts. My number 4 is the Bumblebee bitch.
That's my number 4, too, for my regular list. My regular full list, Honey Bomb is my number 4.
I didn't have as much problems with her.
Oh my
dude, Rumor Honey Bottoms
I don't like.
That
I
thing.
don't like. I don't like her. Don't get me wrong. I don't like her, but I really didn't have as many problems.
What is that? What is that fucking noise? Like when you enter the game, she's like, "Ah." What
And
the?
she's like hitting her fork and spoon together, and then the bumblebee cock goes.
It's very funny that the intro for her is actually a fighting game reference.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. It's actually I forgot the name of the character, but it's in Darkstalkers.
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw that video. I actually know what you're talking about.
Just
Yeah.
like Ribby and Croaks. It's like a reference to Battletoads and Street Fighter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can find the sound for you. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Here it goes.
Hold on. And
Oh god, that was loud.
Yeah. Oh my
Wait,
god,
play.
my god, my ears.
I'm like, what the fuck? This sounds like Lucas's mating call.
no, it is not my main call, goddamn. But yeah, Rumor Honey Bombs though, definitely a tough boss. That's for sure. Probably for me, the regular is harder than expert. But
Oh,
here is the
no
reason why.
way.
Here's the reason why, Jerome. The second phase, the bullets are actually, for me, like she shoots out the bullets to the side. That's so much easier to dodge than the pink spear and the triangle for me.
No, for me, the triangle was the fucking worst.
Yeah, the triangle on regular comes out way too often. On expert, only comes out once. And it's only one triangle, and that's it. And that's what makes expert, for the second phase for expert, easier than the phase for regular. Regular, for me, it's harder because you get more triangles.
Oh god. Well, with the first phase, with that security guard, those guys who are on the way to work, they come out way. Yeah, shit. They come out way faster, and she is just a pain in the ass. And what makes her worse when you're okay? This is a vertical platformer, means the screen is going upwards. So when you're going up to each platform, it's randomized.
Yep, it is randomized.
Fuck. So that is my number 4, the Bumblebee bitch.
That's my number 4 for regular. I think regular is a bit harder than expert, just mainly for the second phase alone. And expert, the third phase is probably the worst for me.
Well, in third phase, you know what you do? When she comes down and she starts reading the book, dish out as much damage as you can.
Exactly. So then the third phase,
you switch to your chaser and finish her off. Oh boy, that came out wrong.
Oh god. And then number 4 for me.
That's you taking
my expert. My expert number 4. King Dice. King Dice himself.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to say this right now. King Dice is nowhere on my list.
I'm actually
definitely going to be pissed about that one.
I'm not pissed off. It's his list. Why would I be pissed off?
No, just
because he told me, like, dude, King Dice was a bit. Remember, and I actually completely. Lucas, you saw the video where I actually completed. Yeah. That took me fucking forever.
But yeah, imagine that, man.
Oh, King Dice.
King Dice for me though, the hardest thing is expert bile is definitely harder, just because of the parrying is definitely my worst thing. That's the worst thing with me, is the parrying.
Okay, I just discovered something. Remember how in the video, Shane, where I was like, why doesn't the dash or the smoke bomb when I'm going from one card to the other doesn't work? Because when you're in the air, you can only dash one time.
Right.
Yeah.
That is why I was just like, oh, that's why. So other than that, it just depends on where the card is, and now I don't have a problem with it. The hardest thing about him, the level 6 boss, the number 6 boss, he's a fucking ass. He's a fucking ass.
Fear Lap. Hate Fear Lap, and I hate the monkey.
No, yeah.
Monkey is probably the worst thing for me.
But when you first face him, the cards that show up behind you, they're randomized every single time you fight them. But the cards will show up, and for like a split second, you see where's where, and you just go from there. But yeah, the monkey takes too fucking long.
Yep, it takes way too long. And Fear Lap on expert is goddamn awful.
Oh my god, he's the fucking worst.
Because literally, the screen stuff's blocking a lot of everything. It's blocking a lot.
The foreground blocks your vision, and it kind of makes it difficult to see like where that little bitch ass ghost that flies up either in front
The
of you or
blue
behind
ghost
you.
that comes out.
The blue ghost, and it's random where if he'll fly in front of you or behind you. It's a fucking pain in the ass.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's a matter of like how close it is to you, I believe. Either way, regardless of that, it's no fun.
All
And
right,
that's what ended my runs almost 90% of the time is that motherfucker.
So that's why I think for me is my number 4 for expert, and Rumor Honey Bomb is my regular number 4. Number 3.
Give me a second, let me think. Okay, number 3 for me is Cala Maria.
Waifu. It's waifu.
Yeah, I don't like her at all. So first and foremost, again, it's another aerial battle. I fucking hate these. Second off, there's a lot of things you can get in this fight.
Yep.
That sucks.
RNG. I told you that, especially on expert. Holy fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could end up happening to really screw you over. And I mean, you can deal with it, but doing so and not getting hit is a whole nother thing in its own. It's fucking difficult. Let's see. The other thing is that once the Gorgon phase happens, it makes things so much more difficult and really frustrating. I mean, this is a fight that really like tests your endurance here because, man, I hate getting fucking turned to stone and then taking a free hit. That shit sucks.
That's what caused that, or getting stoned and running into the gear in the third phase. That's what caused me from not getting my S rank when I was attempting it. It was those two, because you're like, okay, I'm doing really good, and all of a sudden you freeze, and here comes a little pebble, boom! I'm just like, fuck! It's like you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, no, you can't, man. It fucking sucks.
It's luck dependent. Yeah, RNG fucking.
Yeah, partially. It's about luck and like how you deal with it.
Yep.
Yeah, pain in the ass, man.
Oh.
Hate dealing with it. Third phase in itself isn't too bad, but it still doesn't mean I like dealing with it. In fact, I fucking hate it. I hate all of it, every single bit. And but the thing is that eventually I persevered and managed to actually get it, despite my shortcomings. And again, if you asked me to do it again, I probably would say no.
Aw, Shano.
What? It's a one and done situation for me. I ain't doing it again.
I love Cuphead, though.
I know, so do I. But remember, I have a love-hating relationship with this game.
That's kind of like me asking me to S rank Jimmy the Great or Hildeberg again, or Hildeberg. I'm like, no.
I did it one time. That's all you need.
Oh my god.
So what's your number?
Okay,
3?
number 3. Okay, when you face this boss on regular and expert, there is a big difference where on expert it is somewhat easier because of how the platforming works. But the first phase on expert is arguably one of the absolute worst in the game. My number 3 is Grim Max Stick.
Oh,
okay.
I can definitely agree with that.
Okay, folks, if you want to beat this boss, especially on expert, use the roundabout, and for 2 and 3, used the lobber.
Mm-hmm. The lobber, I can definitely 100% agree with it.
Now you're probably asking me what makes him different from regular to expert. Well, in phase 1, the clouds are moving to the right as opposed to the left. Okay? But in 2 and 3, it makes it a little bit easier because all you have to do, you can keep on firing while jumping forward rather than going this way and turn around and firing like on regular mode. However, in expert mode, his first fucking phase is a nightmare.
I can agree with that 100%.
Because he throws everything at you, including the kitchen sink. And you know, level 2 is phase 2 with those little burning rectums that jump out at you.
Oh my god.
That was bad, especially when you make a jump and they jump right at the same time. It's like how am I supposed to fucking dodge that?
Yeah, it's a matter of timing. It really fucking sucks.
And then you have the third phase. What makes the third phase the worst is fucking fireballs. You cannot hit them. And that's what, you know, if you're using the chaser, don't. It's the most worthless weapon against him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you hit his fireballs, they almost kind of like they aim right towards you and they come out kind of randomly. And if you hit the fireballs, they split into 4 patterns. And it gives you even more bigger chance to get hit and they come out faster.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck a duck up his butt. Yeah. Yeah, you know, Grim, he turns into fucking King Ghidorah from Godzilla.
Yeah, it's 3 heads.
So that's my number 3, Grim Matchstick.
All right, let me go into mine now. Give me 1 second here. I was just creating a thumbnail for the video. So, that being said, I actually have 2 choices for my regular and my expert number 3. So starting out my regular mode number 3, Dr. Call's Robot.
I'm surprised it's not higher.
I'm surprised it's not higher either.
Well, I actually will get into why in a little bit, but for me, Dr. Call's Robot on regular is beyond insanely hard.
Mm-hmm.
He is literally one of those bosses that makes you want to break your controller because that third phase is insane.
Oh,
It's absolutely insane.
Oh,
That's
just
it.
you wait.
And I beat it on Expert 2, Jerome. Don't worry, I beat it on Expert 2. So
Did you S rank it?
I did not S rank everything.
Oh boy, you're gonna be shaking and having fucking nightmares when you go to bed, man.
Yeah, I do love having Expert though, because Expert is definitely one of those modes where it's definitely gonna be like.
Oh,
That's
dude.
gonna be a pain in the ass. That's for sure.
Expert mode, and I'm just gonna be quiet.
So yeah, Dr. Call's Robot mainly for his third phase. The one thing I would say is why it's not higher is once you learn his pattern for the first and the second forms, it's not really that much of a challenge. It's just his third phase. That's the reason why it's not higher.
I disagree.
Once you learn his patterns, it's not too bad, honestly.
True, but here's the thing. You have to do it in such a specific time because even on Expert, when he pulls out that fucking magnet on you, you're dead.
True, but I make sure I avoid it. I always beat him where I could never get the magnet. That's my thing.
You have to do it fast. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's why I always do it. I've only gotten the magnet probably about 2 or 3 times. But yeah, that's why Dr. Call's Robot on regular is my number 3. And my expert number 3, Jimmy the Great.
Yeah, he's fucking brutal because of how long the battle is.
Here's my thing with expert, you can only get the swords. If you get the chest or you get the cats, it's over. You're gonna get.
Are you sure about that?
You're gonna get hit.
Okay, hey Lucas. When I S-ranked him, I got the chest with all the shit that comes at you.
I'm surprised you did, man.
I did.
But for me, if I get the chest or I get the cats, it's over. Like, I'm restarting.
Oh, yeah. Even with the swords, it's even hard because...
swords aren't too bad.
He throws out more of them, and he shoots that ghost, and it's coming at you all at once. There's more shit on Expert.
True, is more shit on Expert. The swords is probably the best one to go through.
Oh, no, it is the best.
The second phase isn't really that hard. The third phase, the sarcophagus.
Just use your mini bombs on him. That's not bad.
Just use the mini bombs. Not too bad. Probably the worst stage for me, worst part of the entire thing, are the last 2 stages. And mainly, I have the puppet as the worst part.
For me, it's the fifth one.
The last stage is the last stage. Here's my thing though. The last part of Jimmy the Great isn't as long as the puppet.
It's not as long, but you know what? Unlike the puppet, he gives you many pink shots to parry and build up your meter and defeat him quickly.
True, but
with Jimmy the Great, nope.
That is true, but if you routinely just practice and move around a lot, you could definitely kill Jimmy the Great pretty well, or get close to him. You can definitely get it. So where that's just in my opinion, though.
He took me 2 hours. He took me 2 hours. Oh my god!
I can understand that.
2 hours to S rank. Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah, I could definitely understand being brutal.
Shane was with me on that one too.
I'll definitely have to S rank him another time though. But right now,
oh my god!
Since I'm going to start working 2 jobs soon, it's going to be tough. But we'll see what happens.
And you cannot use any heart charms. Why? I beat him in 208. And it threw me a bone because I golded the rest of them. Means that you can beat him. He had to beat him at 209 or lower, and get all of them. And I got 208, and I didn't use any heart charms. You want to talk about cutting it close?
Exactly.
Oh fuck! Shane, he heard me. I swear to God, it's like if I survived the oh my god! If I survive, what's that thing called when it's like if I just survived the pendulum coming after me. That's how I sounded like.
So that's why Jimmy the Great for me is my number 3 on expert.
Okay.
All right. So now number 2.
Number 2.
All right. 2 for me. As of currently, I have not completed this boss, but I've gotten fucking close. And that would be King Dice. I don't know what it is about this. I wish I could say more about this to figure out exactly why I'm having so many issues, but I honestly don't know. Something about this is just so fucking difficult at the very end. I don't know what it is exactly. It just sucks.
Okay, 1, it's how you parry the dice. 2,
okay. Well, for 1, I've actually been pretty accurate with said dice.
Okay. 2 is how you parry the cards, because remember, with the smoke grenade and everything. Okay, here's the thing. Here's something that I learned. When he does those cards, if the pink card is the 4th card, you have to use your smoke grenade, because the rest of them don't rely on you to do smoke grenade to reach a further one, because that's just how the game operates, because you can only use it once. If it's cards 2 or 3, the pink card, you don't use a smoke grenade. That is what I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
And also, this is an endurance boss. That's why.
Yeah, I've mentioned that before on stream. It's definitely an endurance boss. It's something that you have to stick with. And I've gotten the part where it's actually made me restart. And I thought I was about to, go to the nearest toddler and punch it. I was fucking angry at first, but then I realized that it was fine because the bosses that you completed stay complete.
Oh, the start over. I saw some Twitch streamers. He's like, if I hit the start over, I swear to God, I'm leaving. And he hit it, and guess what? The video just kept running, and you didn't hear him, and he was gone.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Those people's reactions, they're like, "Oh my God, it's the worst thing ever." I'm just like, no, it's not. You just hit the dice right, and you're good to go. Yeah.
Sometimes I do screw up, but 9 times out of 10, I've gotten that dice pretty accurate. It's just that last part I seem to have an issue with. I don't know. I really can't place my finger on exactly what I'm doing wrong, because I feel like I'm parrying right, but apparently I'm not. So
the parry can be a little jiffy at times.
It's fucking jank, dude. For real. Like at times, yeah, I can get it to work. But for the most part, it's a real pain in the ass, and I hate dealing with it.
Well, you know why? It's because you're using a fucking joystick, man.
Yeah, I'm using it. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a completely unorthodox controller for this type of game, because it's almost like being in an arcade. But for the most part, it is pretty odd for a lot of people. That if you had them do the thing I was doing, they'd probably be like, "Can I just use a regular controller instead?"
Yeah, like me. Like Lucas beats on a keyboard. I'm like, yeah, shove that keyboard up your butt. I'm using a controller.
Yeah, so I'm using something that's not very like normally used for this kind of thing.
Right.
For my playthrough, because I said I would do so, and to essentially give myself a stronger challenge. And now at this point, I'm kind of like regretting my life choices. So it's one of those. It's one of those things.
Oh lordy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm Mr. King Dice.
Ah, Mr. King Dice.
And that's a woman. That's a woman singing that song too, by the way.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually got the record, the actual record with all 56 songs. I actually got the digital soundtrack and the actual record itself.
That's
How
pretty
much
great.
How much was it?
The record's $100.
I can imagine.
It's a collectible though. Like that's just how I view it as a collectible, and it's an investment. And definitely someday it'll be worth a ton of money. That's how I view it.
Possibly.
Because the 1930 it has the vintage 1930s packaging, all the records. Once I get it, I'll show you guys what it is. But
don't mess with King Dice. Don't mess with
King Dice.
Yeah. So hopefully I'm gonna beat it once I can. But for now, I'm just kind of leaving it alone until I'm ready to take it on again, and it'll be on stream again because that's how I've been completing the game. I'm not gonna just suddenly do it off stream. I just feel like that's cheating. It's cheating at people. Especially since it was for charity. So
right.
Fun fact: that charity we've reached over $1,000 for Puerto Rico. That's pretty great. So
yeah, I still got. Next time you stream, like I said, every time you complete a boss, and okay, if you beat King Dice, depending on how many bosses you beat, I'll summon some money for charity.
Okay. Which, yeah, as I said, he'll actually give money for charity if I can actually beat. If depending on how many bosses I can beat, depends how much.
If he beats all 9 bosses, I'm gonna be like, can you imagine if he does? I'm just be like, well, fuck my life.
Yeah. Fuck your life and your wallet.
Yep. Thought Vegas was bad. Shit.
Yeah, for real. So I don't know.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Until then, fuck this guy. Let's get on with the next one.
All right, Jerome, you're number 2.
My number 2. Man, this guy also took me a long time to S rank. And you're probably thinking, who is he? He's this. I'm the devil. The devil.
Ooh.
Oh.
If I didn't have the twin hearts, I would not have been able to S rank him.
Oh man.
And here's the thing with X-Ray. You know at the last phase when he starts bawling like a bitch, right? And you know the chip is coming down. You know how his tears keep coming down? They come down almost like it's like rapid fire. And you can parry them.
Yeah, you can actually.
And you have to. If not, you're dead. And the move where he claps his hands together, you can no longer duck underneath because after the latest patch, you have to jump and dash.
Yeah.
Also, what gets me hit every fucking time is when he summons those goddamn fireballs. Jesus Christ, man.
My God.
That shit's really annoying.
We'll talk about it in a little bit.
And on expert mode, dude, they're nonstop. They fly so fast. Oh my God. And the chips, they come down faster. And many other things, dude. Yeah, there's a reason why the devil is arguably the hardest boss in the game, and rightfully so. Yeah, my number 2 is the devil.
For me, I get 2 different choices for my regular. My number 2 regular, Grim Matchstick.
I don't blame you.
Dude, he on keyboard. This was a nightmare. This was a nightmare on expert with the keyboard.
Lucas, you're going to hate me when I say this, and this is the honest to God truth. I don't know how I was able to do this. When I was playing regular mode, however, I beat him on my first try.
I don't know how either.
I don't, because when I did it on video for Gary, which you'll see, I died a few times. Why? The fucking fireballs.
Yep. For me, here's the thing though. The reason why I have him on regular but not on my expert list. The second and third phases for expert are incredibly easy. The first phase is the only issue.
Well, like I said, it's because you're jumping towards him rather than jumping away for the clouds. But
Right.
it still doesn't make it as easy due to the fact that the fireballs will still kill you. But the first phase against
The first phase
Grim,
on expert is a nightmare. I can agree with that.
yes, yes, it is.
He would have definitely
Holy
been
fuck.
one of my top picks though for my expert list, but I put him on regular list because on keyboard on regular he's an absolute nightmare. His third phase took me forever to beat. It took me literally forever, and I was like, when I finally beat, I was like, yes, yes. But yeah,
Okay, I'm taking a couple pictures of that.
but yeah, though, pretty much it's insane how hard he was for regular on the keyboard. On expert, my number 2 hardest, Wally Warbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I died so many times on his first stage trying to get.
I did too. That was the worst. He fucking pukes. He throws you like, you know,
The
throwing out
5
the gut.
eggs, and then also after that, not only is the 5 eggs, it's also
The feathers.
the feathers.
They come in so fast on expert
They
mode.
do.
Oh my god.
It's insane how bad it is. But the good thing is, though, Wally Warbles is probably my thing is, though, when I beat it, I was pretty happy. I almost S-ranked him. Like, I only took 1 hit against him. I almost S-ranked him.
See, that's the thing, dude. It's like, okay, you cannot use any hearts. If you take a hit, just retry it.
Exactly.
I think I beat him like 2 or 3, and it threw me a bone, and I got the S rank. As long as you can get past the first phase, the second phase for me wasn't too bad. The third phase, not for me because you know I kind of know when to go inside that shells and go out. The third phase is bad because it's fucking Bullet City.
Yeah, and then when it gets close to, forget about it. Like when it goes completely to the left, that's insane.
Oh, that's fucking horrible because you cannot duck underneath, and those goddamn birds spit out those Dr. Mario capsules.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's why Grim Magic is my regular number 2, and my expert. My expert is Wally Warbles is expert number 2.
I can
Now,
actually
time for it's number 1.
Number 1, and I think Shane and I have the exact same one.
I do believe we do.
Oh my fucking lord, dude. When I went up against him on the regular mode, it took me an hour to beat him. With the other bosses, I was just like, you know, it took me maybe 15 minutes or so first time. This fucker took me at least an hour. And then I went up against him in expert mode and tried to get the S rank. I almost wanted to cry.
Yeah, I totally get that. And for me, it's Dr. Cal's robot.
Dr. Cal's fucking robot, aka the evil Iron Giant. Dude, let me tell you something. When I was watching Shane, okay, I was watching Shane try to beat this fucker, right? I was like I was like, I swear to God, I was watching the Packers kicking your Steelers' ass in the Super Bowl.
How did they do this season?
They did horrible, man. They did shit. Dude, and so when Shane got hit, I'm like, shit, god damn it, god damn it. Dude, I was losing it more than I was when he was playing Dark Souls 3. Okay. And then when Shane finally beat him, dude, I stood up and cheered. Because I understood his fucking.
I saw it too when Shane beat him, man. It was incredible.
What makes him hard? Okay, his first phase, he's got 3 attacks and they come at you simultaneously. Okay.
Yep.
And if you destroy one of them, he attacks you with it. He pulls out his substitute and attacks you with that. And I'm just like, oh my god. And you know, second phase isn't too bad as long as you know the pattern. Because I use the mini bombs, but the little nuclear bombs are kind of pain in the ass. And then comes the hardest fucking phase in the entire game. even on expert mode, they come in way faster. And the motherfucker's like, he's trolling, he's laughing, he's like, you know, while he's shooting these crystal shards or these diamonds all over the place, right? I was just like, kill me. Kill me. Because you have to do damage while dodging all this shit, while dodging the gates that come up and down, these electrical gates. And it's like, and sometimes the foreground can get in your way. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, for real. It's a pain in the ass.
And it's the longest phase.
It is. It's the one that, like, because the other ones I got the hang of. That last one, though, you are just never prepared.
No, you're not. It doesn't matter how many fucking times you play the game. And, you know, there is kind of like it looks like a fan going like this. But still, you have that, the foreground doing damage to him, and trying to parry some of the ones that are pink, and trying to dodge the gates that close in on you. Yeah. And it takes at least 2 supers to beat him. 2 or 3 supers. Because that's how much energy he has at the end.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
And the only way I was able to S-rank him is to use the Twin Heart and dish out as much damage as I possibly can while able to take 2 hits. Because if you use the Twin Hearts, your damage is lessened by 9%. With 1, it's 4%. You add all that into the mix, without question, Dr. Cal's robot is my #1 hardest hit. Shane, I feel bad for Shane because I saw Shane do this, and when he was stuck on phase 1, he's like, what the shit?
Yeah, and it was a painful process to go through.
I love it how the Iron Giant, when you first fight him, like, he blows a fucking bubblegum bubble at you.
Yeah, that shit was really weird, but
my favorite part when Shane was
oh my God.
Oh, Shane, because he played this fucking boss over and over, right? And he's losing his goddamn mind. I was like, yep. And he's like playing, and he's like, you know, the music, he's like, it's gonna be in my fucking head all day.
Oh yeah, that shit really was. Like, for the rest of the night, I heard that. I'm laying awake, and I'm just like, please make it stop. Please make it stop. Oh my God.
Also on expert, when you destroy the first thing you do is destroy his antenna. That's the first thing you should do. But once you do that, his head turns to like a cannon, and it fires these cogs at you. And on expert, they come in faster, and he fires them more often. I was like, God damn.
Oh yeah. Real pain in the ass.
Easily my #1. And you know what? I looked on other people's lists, you know, on YouTube. A lot of people have him as near the top of the list as well.
Is it any wonder?
Yeah, god damn. So I'm kind of interested in what Lucas has for #1. Oh, Shane, do you have anything else to say about the evil Iron Bitch?
Well, I've already mentioned that his last phase is easily the worst. The thing is with that one is that you're just never prepared, man.
No, you're not.
Never prepared.
And
other than that, nothing else really.
I perfected the game, and I'm still never prepared every time I face that motherfucker.
Easily, dude, easily, for a good reason, because it's like, it's this fucking bullet hell nonsense.
It is, and yeah, you can use the miniature plane to dodge everything, but you're not dishing out any damage.
Yeah, it's awful.
Because at least with the feathers against Wally Wobbles, you can kind of know a pattern, you know, because there is a single pattern, and you can still do damage with the diamonds. No.
Nope.
What pisses me off the most is when the gates are closing up and you're trying to find an opening to pass that, and all of a sudden there's a shard that's blocking your opening to bypass the gate. And it's like you're fucked either way, you know. So it's like, God damn it. So yeah, I'm surprised it's not higher on Lucas's list, but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Lucas.
All right, my #1 for regular and for expert. Starting out, my #1 for regular On keyboard, this boss is fucking impossible. I barely beat him once, but it took me so many motherfucking days to beat him. King Dice.
Oh.
On
Well, yeah, 'cause
with
you're playing.
keyboard, how hard he is.
You're playing with a fucking keyboard. It's not meant to play with a keyboard. Okay,
Well, still, this is why I had before I had to really play with a controller. I had keyboard. King Dice was my number one for the last stage alone.
with the keyboard.
Comparing the cards, it's impossible.
And here's the thing: thanks to Austin, he helped me find this software to where I can play with a PS3 controller, and it works.
It's awesome, but for me, I didn't have that.
Oh,
and I just got my PS4 for Christmas too, so I literally got.
I bet you got your PS4. You're like, oh, you like praise that shit like the Holy Grail in that bartender game, and you were like, I'm playing you for Cuphead, motherfucker.
Yep. But yeah, King Dice though is insane. Fear Lap, and the one thing was before the patch, the monkey was incredibly easy if you used the glitch.
But they patched it.
Yep, which sucks. That's why I beat him. I beat him before the patch on keyboard.
Okay, you want to know how to beat King Dice really easily? This is what you do. When you first enter the game, the first thing you should look at the roulette background, or the roulette section. That's because it's kind of like it down away. If the heart is on a 6
or a 9,
restart. Keep doing it, and also don't go up against boss number 1 because he's kind of a pain in the ass at first because you have 3 enemies attacking you all at once.
I don't mind, honestly. Probably for me, if I had to rank them, this is also without the smoke bomb. I did this with the Twin Hearts when I played regular.
Oh, you gotta have the smoke bomb, dude.
I know. That's why I changed things up, though, with the smoke bomb. It's definitely a lot better. So, for me, my picks are 3, 5, and 8. That's my ideal roll.
8 is the easiest boss in the entire game.
Yep.
Yeah. The cigar, even though he has a lot of HP, if you have the smoke bomb and the charge, you're good. Yeah, my lotto is the charge, the spread, the smoke bomb, and I only use the first or second supers. I never used the ghost one. Because you have to control it. It's like you have to control it while you're dodging all the shit, and it kind of makes it useless in a way. So it
really helps at some points. It does help though too. So
it does help against the devil.
Yeah.
And speaking of the devil, he's my number 1 on expert.
Lucas, I was like telling Lucas, dude, best of luck to you. You're gonna need it.
Yep, and I needed every bit of luck. I beat him with the Twin Hearts, and
I had to beat him with the Twin Hearts too.
You can only do it with the Twin Hearts.
Yep, I have done it without the Twin Hearts on expert, but trying to get the S rank, I couldn't do it without the Twin Hearts, dude.
Exactly. For me, his worst phase is the second to last phase with the 2 devils on the side and the little birdies on top of it.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't too bad. As long as you take out each one fast. The worst one is, like I said, the very first one when he summons those fucking fireballs.
Yep,
I've never been able to, unless the one is like the pink one that's in the middle.
Yeah.
Because there is a pattern to that.
Right.
The other ones, it's just almost fucking impossible to dodge.
It is. It's incredibly hard to dodge, and it's just so much of a pain in the ass. And they fixed the patch too in the patch.
You cannot
the hitboxes, and then also the go clap. The go clap, you can't dodge it anymore on the bottom.
You cannot. Nope. And the thing is, and then while you're facing, when he's sitting down, on his king throne, acting like king shit, all of a sudden, here comes these little purple dildos that run across and try to get you. And
they like the ow now when they get killed. But yeah, King Dice for me. Is my regular number 1 because the keyboard is fucking impossible. And expert devil is my number 1.
I can agree. Yeah, the devil.
I actually have a little bit of 2 extra lists, 2 joke lists. One's a joke list, and then the other is like a real. It's like I think we can all agree on this list, but I actually have a waifu's a Cuphead list.
Oh,
You have a
gotcha.
what? Wait, say that again.
Waifu's a Cuphead list.
What did he
So-
say? Shane?
Waifus of Cuphead.
It's like Japanese word for wife, pretty much. Wife material.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
It's exactly
Well, pretty
what
much
I
my
said.
top three are Cal Maria, the regular Cal Maria, the demon, the Gorgon Cal Maria, then the head Cal Maria, and then the
Oh.
other two are the twins, the Gemini twins. For
I was about to say
Oh.
it's nothing but Calamaria.
I know that's pretty much the top three.
I love the Cal Marina second form should turn my dick into stone.
Oh my god! And then actually, for easiest, I actually wanted to go over real quick, an easy list because I actually have my easiest bosses list.
Oh, I do too.
So starting out, I have I have two honorable mentions, and then my number 5, I have Werner Vermin.
Really? As an easy?
Yep, on regular, I've had no issue with him. Even on keyboard, he was not an issue.
Oh,
It was a bit of an issue for me.
He only took me about 3 times on my first playthrough to really beat him.
Expert is a different story.
Expert's a different story. Next up, Baroness Bonbon.
Wow, a lot of people cannot stand her.
Her third
I didn't
phase
have
is
much
the
problems
worst,
either.
Probably.
Yeah, I didn't have much problems either, honestly.
It depends on which mini boss you get.
And then finally, starting out my list, number 5, Sally Stage Play.
She's not too difficult.
No, she
No.
isn't.
No, I've had my fair share of deaths.
Probably the worst phase for her is the ending, but it's also pretty quick.
Not
Yeah.
for me.
Well, that rotating umbrella.
To me, on Expert, the second phase where that goddamn little shithead throws those.
Yeah, the little babies throwing the bottles and then the
She
robots.
summons
I can
those,
see that.
That to me was because, like I said, it's Dodge City hell. Other than that, very, very simple.
All
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Number 4, Shane's going to be triggered with this one. Number 4, Peppy the Clown.
Yeah, I never really liked Peppy.
But Peppy, for me, was pretty easy, honestly.
The worst phase on him is, like I said, it deals with the roller coaster. It's RNG.
Yep.
You know, with the second and third phase. It depends on where the roller coaster
The
is.
third phase is probably the worst for me just because of the roller coaster could be going at the same time along with the horse. That's pretty much
Yep.
my worst with him. After that, number 3, Captain Briny Beard.
Wow. Okay. A lot of people, I've seen him on many people's most difficult.
I'm surprised he goes, this is my first boss. I A+ in keyboard. I A+ him. It's my first boss.
Expert mode is a different story.
Expert's similarly different. I can understand.
And you know what? When he turns into that fucking whale, that goddamn boat. Hey Gary, the boat. When he
The
turns,
boat.
when the boat turns into that monster, and he does the Cyclops optic blast. Okay, you can parry that over and over and over.
Yep. I'm a fire in my laser.
Yeah, it's pretty much. My favorite part of that is when Shane faced him the first time, and when the boat turned into that, Shane's like, "What the fuck is this shit, dude?"
I don't remember that. But...
Oh yeah, your reaction when he turns into the monster when you're facing Captain Bluto,
Yeah.
dude, I was dying because you weren't even prepared for that. You're like, "Wait, what the fuck was this?"
And the top 2 are both very, very obvious. The top 2, Rupak and Goopy Legrand.
It's a goopy. You know, okay. Mr. Casual had trouble beating Goopy the Grand on simple.
Oh man.
But to me, the easiest boss in the game is the 8-ball.
Yeah.
Well, this is also for general ball. Like the 8 balls, I consider my easiest. Of course, I'll agree with you on that
Oh,
one.
in terms of main bosses, the root
Main
pack.
bosses, group pack's the easiest.
The root
Easiest.
pack.
Had zero problems with them.
So yeah, that's our list.
Yeah, man.
All
That's it.
right, thank you guys all for joining us today. It is our top 5 hardest Cuphead boss battles. I did 2 lists with regular and expert because regular was keyboard, expert was with the controller. But with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching today's episode. And it closes out with my top. This is one of my favorite games in the entire decade, Cuphead.
I love this game. I can
Mhm.
even when I completed everything, I still play it.
Yep. I also wanted to let you guys know I am getting the. I actually have the whole digital soundtrack. I cannot wait to get the 8-bit. I am 8-bit. The actual record itself. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second.
Oh, you know what? I thought of another top 5 we can do later on. Our personal favorites.
Ooh, personal favorites. I think everyone knows what my number 1 would be.
Oh my
Fuck
god.
it. Yeah. You know what? Keep that in mind, Lucas.
Yeah, we'll definitely want to come back to this game and definitely do a favorites. I would love to do a favorites list.
Yeah, I know my number 1, my number 3, 2, and 1, all 3 phases.
That's waifus. That's different. That's more of a joke list, though.
The electric eels I used to stimulate my butt.
Would you? How could anyone stimulate themselves with electric eels?
It's called electric stimulation.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Never gets
old. Thank you all for joining us today. And say your final goodbyes, everybody. We'll sign off. Go ahead and get Cuphead Mugman back in frame one more time for you guys. So look at them. Look how awesome they are.
I wish you could play as Mugman. You can, but I heard it's like a mod.
Yeah, it is a mod.
Yeah.
But look at that. It's the original Cuphead and Mugman.
Oh my god. I saw my reflection. Go ahead, Channel Mac.
Hail Santa. I'm done. I got things to be doing pretty soon, so
I got places to go, women that need to be loved upon, and guys need to be hustled.
Yeah, Pimp needs to get ready for work because he's got a lot of pimping things to do.
It's kind of funny because what he does is actually pretty similar to a pimp at night. So,
not exactly.
Oh, shade.
No, for real. What do you mean for reals here?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for LC Muscles to invite me and my boy Channel Mac Pimp Daddy for the top 5 most difficult and arguably the easiest bosses in Cuphead. Stay tuned for the latest video and for our top 5 personal favorites to come. This is Roy Boy J Money saying stay tuned. And once again, motherfuck the 3rd phase and Dr. Call's Iron Cock because he's a real bitch ass for creating Bullet Hell City. Now, if you excuse me, there we go. Make sure I don't bump into that. Yeah. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go surf on the internet for some Rule 34 of Cala Maria with them nice-ass curves.
There's some good stuff out there, that's for sure. See you guys later. Stay awesome. Have a great night.